Good day everyone, my name is Dubilarin B. Francisco from 2HMA, and today we will be discussing about other provision under the Food and Safety Law in the Philippines. So I will discuss some parts in the Food and Safety Act of 2013, or also known as Republic Act number 10611, because it is very long and we need to summarize it. The Food Safety and Market Access Bill was passed in the Philippine Senate and House of Representatives. It is a legislation that, among other things, enhances the country's food safety regulatory system in order to protect consumer and provide market access for domestically produced foods and food products. And it was begun last July 23, 2012 in Metro Manila, Philippines. Article 1, Declaration of Policy and Objectives. Section 1 is the short title. This act is known as the Food Safety Act of 2013. Section 2, Declaration of Policy. The state shall safeguard and promote the people's right to health and inculcate health consciousness among them. According to Section 15 of Article 2 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, the state must maintain a farm-to-fork food safety regulatory framework that assures a high degree of food safety, encourages fair trade, and boosts Philippine foods and food products worldwide competitiveness. For the Section 3, to strengthen the country's food safety regulatory system, the state shall adopt the following specific objectives, like protect the public from foodborne and waterborne illnesses, increase industry and consumer confidence in the food regulatory system, and promote fair trade practices and the sound regulatory foundation for domestic and international trade. The following steps will be done in order to achieve these objectives is to define and link the mandates and responsibilities of the government agencies involved. Second is to provide a mechanism for coordination and accountability. Third is to develop policies and programs for addressing food safety hazards and developing appropriate standards. Fourth is to strengthen the scientific basis of the regulatory system. And lastly, improve the capabilities of farmers, fishermen, consumers, and government officials to ensure food safety. Article 3, Basic Principles of Food Safety. Section 5, Food Safety Requirements. To ensure food safety, the following general guidelines shall be observed in determining whether the food is unsafe. The following shall be considered. First is the normal conditions of food. Second is the normal conditions maintained at each stage of primary production, processing, handling, storage, and distribution. Third is the health of plants and animals. Fourth is the effect of feeds, crop protection chemicals, and other production inputs on otherwise healthy plants and animals. Lastly is the consumer's access on the label as well as the information that is widely available to the public to avoid certain health consequences associated with a specific food or food group. Next, in determining whether food is unsafe to health shall be given to the following. Foods and the environment in which they are produced as well as their potential impact on human health, like short-term or long-term effects on subsequent generations of eating a food that has been contaminated with harmful insects, animals, or plant-borne organisms. Food that complies with specific national law or regulations governing food safety shall be deemed safe insofar as the aspects covered by the national law and regulations are concerned. Compliance of a food product with a specific standards applicable to a specific food shall not prohibit the competent authorities to take appropriate measures or to impose restrictions on entry into the market or to require its withdrawal from the market. Where there is a reason to suspect that food product shows food safety related risks. Article 4, General Principles. Section 6, Food Law Objectives. The law aims to ensure food safety and protect human life and health in the production and consumption of food. For the Section 8, Protection of Consumer Interests, the protection of consumer interests shall be geared towards the following: misinterpretation in labeling and false advertising in the presentation of food, including their shape, appearance, or packaging, the packaging materials used, the manner in which they are arranged, the setting in which they are displayed, and the product description, which includes all informations made available about them through any medium. This display of goods offers customers with the information they need to make right decisions about the food they buy. For the Section 10 precaution, when the available relevant evidence for risk assessment is insufficient, precautionary steps must be taken. The chosen action will stay in effect until new scientific information is submitted. Measure must not be restrictive of commerce than is necessary, and it must be commensurate to the degree of consumer protection required. Next, Section 11 Transparency. The implementing agency shall conduct public consultation and disseminate relevant information to ensure the following. During the production, review, and modification of food law, public consultation should be open, transparent, and direct or via representative entities. Regulatory authorities must take necessary efforts to notify the general public about the nature of the danger to human health whenever it is believed that food poses a risk to human health. Article 5 Responsibilities on Food Safety. Section 13 Principal Responsibility of Food Business Operators. Food company operators must verify that food complies with food law standards applicable to their operations in the food supply chain and that control mechanisms are in place to avoid, eliminate, or limit consumer hazards. Section 14 Specific Responsibilities of Food Business Operators. Food business operators shall have the following responsibilities under this Act. Operators of food businesses must be aware of the specific requirements of food legislation that apply to their operations in the food supply chain. If a food company operator has cause to suspect that a product it manufactured, processed, distributed, or imported is unsafe or does not meet the food safety standards, it must take urgent steps to remove the item from the market and notify the regulatory authorities. Section 15 Principal Responsibilities of Government Agencies. The DA, the DOH, the DILG, and the LGU shall have the following responsibilities: slaughterhouses, dressing plants, fish ports, wet markets, supermarkets, restaurants, catering companies, and water refilling stations are all within the jurisdiction of the LGUs. They are also in charge of selling street food, including ambulant vending. For the Section 16, Specific Responsibilities of the Department of Agriculture. The DA is responsible for ensuring that foods in the primary production and post-harvest stages of the relevant requirements are complied with the farmers, fisher folks, and food business operators. The agencies under the DA with food safety regulatory functions are the following: the Bureau of Animal Industry, the National Dairy Authority, the National Meat Inspection Service, the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, the Bureau of Plant Industry, the Fertilizer and Pesticides Authority, the Philippine Coconut Authority, the Sugar Regulatory Administration, and the National Food Authority. Article 8. Implementation of Food Safety Regulations. Section 26. Policies on Official Controls. Each agency is responsible for establishing official controls to ensure compliance with food laws and regulations. Article 9. Training and Consumer Education. Section 31. Training, skills training, and other instructional or educational activities for food industry owners, food handlers, and government employees should be offered on a regular basis. Article 10. Foodborne Illness Monitoring, Surveillance, and Research. Section 34. Foodborne Illness Monitoring and Surveillance. In conjunction with the DOH, NEC, and the NCDPC, they develop an integrated foodborne illness monitoring system that relates to food contamination sources. Hazards in the food supply chain are identified and exposure levels are assessed. Next is Section 35 or Research. The government and academia must work together to create and execute a research program on the low-cost technology and codes of practice to help farmers, fishermen, Micro, small, and medium-sized businesses and other stakeholders comply with food safety standards. Article 11. Policies on fees. Section 36. Collection of fees. Fees for inspection for food items, manufacturing and processing facilities, issuance of import or export certifications, laboratory testings of food samples, and other fees as considered essential will be authorized to be collected by the DA, DOH, and LGUs as applicable. Fees must be calculated using an officially recognized method for calculating the cost of the activity and must adhere to government accounting and auditing laws and regulations. Article 12. Prohibitions, penalties, and sanctions. In Section 37, Prohibited Acts, it shall be unlawful for any person to produce, handle, or manufacture for sale, offer for sale, distribute in commerce, or import into the Philippines any food or food product that is not compliant with an applicable food quality or safety standard issued under this Act. Next is produce, handle, or manufacture for sale, offer for sale, distribute in commerce, or import into the Philippines any food or food product designated as a prohibited food product by a rule. Next is to refuse access to relevant records. Next is failure to comply with the court judgment requiring the recall of dangerous products. Next is adulterate, misbrand, mislabel, or falsely advertise any food product that misleads consumers. Next is operating a food business without the necessary permits. Next is conspire with food business owners or food inspectors. Lastly, violate the Act's implementing rules and requirements. For the Section 38 penalty, any individual who violates any provision of this Act shall face the penalties set forth herein. Article 13. Final provisions. Section 39. Implementing rules and regulations. Within 90 days of the Act's enactment, the DA and the DOH shall jointly issue implementing rules and regulations. In Section 40, Separability Clause, if any section of this Act is pronounced unlawful, the remaining provisions remain in full force and effect. Lastly, Section 41, Repealing Clause, all laws, presidential decrees, executive orders, rules, and regulations that are inconsistent with the contents of this Act are hereby repealed, altered, or modified in accordance with the provisions of this Act. So I hope you learned something from my report today about the Food and Safety Act of 2013 or RA 10611. Thank you for listening and have a great day. Bye!